a lot of things I want to do this weekend because I have 2 clinical shifts next week and I just want to let myself rest and not have to worry about my schoolwork. But first today I have to head over to the school to work from 9 to 2 and then head on over to the gym. I was in such a rush to get to Open Lab on time that I completely forgot my phone in my car. So I wasn't able to get any clips from Open Lab today, but a lot of it was helping people with blood pressures, and sometimes when people don't have partners, I act as a patient. So my right arm is feeling a little numb, but that's alright. Luckily though, there was an hour and a half-ish of downtime, so I already got part of the capstone paper that I wanted to get done, as well as the majority of what I want to do for my Spanish final project, but now I am going to safely drive over to Nick's house and we will be going to the gym together. So we will be staying in all day, which means that I can get a lot of stuff done. I have a few things I want to do today. I have to get started on my new book for literature, which is City of Thieves by David Benioff. It's significantly shorter than my previous book. It's 257 pages and the text is much bigger, so it should be no problem to get through this. I do want to be a little more meticulous about writing notes for this book. I feel like I didn't give Birds Without Wings the love and affection that it should have had because it was a wonderful book. My discussion board post definitely demonstrated a lack of care, which that book didn't deserve because I really enjoyed it. So basically, I do want to treat this class more seriously because I do enjoy reading and writing about literature, even though I haven't done so in years because of the career path I have chosen. I also want to get more of my clinical journal reflection done, and it may be quiet in the house for a little bit, so I'm thinking I might as well film a couple of sit down videos because they don't take as long to film and edit as these vlogs do. I just finished up the 30-minute break that I gave myself after lunch. Now I only have a couple of sections left for my clinical reflection journal. I'm feeling quite tired, so my options are either to get a second cup of coffee or take a nap. Considering that after I complete the clinical reflection journal, I would be done with my top 2 priorities that I wanted to get done today, and I don't think the house is going to be quiet enough for me to film a couple of videos, so I am leaning towards taking a nap, but I will reassess after I complete this part of the reflection journal. Good afternoon and happy Monday. It's been a little bit since I chatted with you guys, mainly because I ended up taking a long nap on Sunday and didn't film any schoolwork or filmed any videos. I tried filming one, but since I didn't have a script and it was going to be a long video, it just was not going well. So I just chilled out for the rest of the day and enjoyed hate watching the Super Bowl, and I got horrible sleep last night, and getting up this morning was a little difficult, but we pushed through the workday, and I've just been laying in my bed on my phone for the past 20 minutes because I could not get myself to take a nap. I'm trying to stay up tonight because I have a shift tomorrow, but I don't know if that's going to happen, but we will try our best. But I am still going to gentle yoga and meditation today, even though it makes me super sleepy because my body definitely needs some movement. I just feel so weird without it. So I'm going to head out and I will not be doing any schoolwork today. If anything, I will probably just edit some of this video and write a script for the video that I tried to film that went horribly wrong because I did not prepare. Good morning and happy Tuesday. I fell asleep at 2 a.m. last night and I woke up at 9:45, and I've just been preparing everything that I need for my shift tonight, and I've just been hanging out since. And I was thinking of working on my discussion board for literature, but that simply is not going to happen right now. So I think I'm just going to watch some YouTube videos until I eat lunch and go back to bed. It's almost 1 o'clock, which means it's almost time to take my afternoon nap. I decided not to eat lunch because I've just been snacking the entire time that I've been up. I ate cheese sticks and trail mix and fruits since I got up this morning, so I'm not feeling particularly hungry. And I definitely want to make sure that I fill up my body before I head on over to clinical. Unfortunately, one of the staff members has an airborne allergy to nuts, so I cannot take my precious chocolate cherry trail mix with me, so I'm making the most of it while I am at home. I did want to update you guys on how using the sleep mask and the earplugs have been going. They've been working pretty well, this Manta sleep mask and the Max earplugs, as long as I use them properly, because sometimes I have gotten lazy with the earplugs and did not put them in my ears right and simply hear the traffic behind me. I'm hoping to have a good shift tonight, as always. Why would I hope for a bad shift? I just realized I haven't told you guys what type of unit I'm on, and it is a women's medical surgical unit, so we see a whole bunch of different disorders. I did want an OB rotation because that's the specialty that I'm interested in, but I'm very happy with my placement because I get to see a lot of disorders and refresh my memory on a lot of different medications, because when I'm working in postpartum, basically the only medications I see are pain meds, iron, multivitamins, and stool softeners, and I feel like I don't need to brush up on those, but I hope to have a few patients with different disorders that I haven't seen before. Maybe like some kidney dysfunction. See, it sounds horrible when I say that, but I hope no one has kidney dysfunction, but for the purposes of my learning and reinforcing, I would love to see someone with a kidney disorder, maybe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease I've never seen before. There's a lot of things I haven't seen before actually, but no matter what I see, I would love to start taking the lead on medication pass, as well as charting on all of our patients. We'll see how busy we are tonight, but ideally we'll have 4 to 5 patients so we can take more time with them and their medications and their disorders. And hopefully I get to work on other skills like hanging and priming IV fluids, and maybe do some wound care, Foley catheter, and G-tube placement, but we will see what the day or night brings me. Good afternoon and happy Wednesday. It is now 2:30 and I woke up about an hour and a half ago. Before we get to what's going on today, I have to talk about last night. In one word, it was chaotic because my preceptor and I got pulled to a different unit in the hospital. So for those of you that don't know, when a floor is low census and there are plenty of nursing staff that are on the schedule, but a different floor is understaffed, it is possible that a nurse will be pulled from the overstaffed unit to the understaffed unit, even if they've never been there before. Luckily, my preceptor has been to the unit before, but only a couple of times, so we were playing Lost and Found for some of the night, but we had 5 patients, so I worked on doing patient assessments, oral medication pass. We had another patient with tube feeding, and we hung another bag, and I'm working on hanging IV antibiotics. So there's the bag of fluid, and there's a little bottle of powder, and you have to mix the medications, and For some reason, my brain just can't get it, but the more I see it, the better I'll get. And we had to do 2 complete linen changes because 2 of our patients soiled their beds, but at least they got cleaned. A couple of misadventures, which I feel like I need to include every time I talk about a shift, because silly things, even if a night's busy or it's not going well, silly things often do happen. I was basically the popsicle queen last night because on that floor they have an abundance of popsicles. I have never seen that on a unit before, but the more you know. So I probably delivered 10 popsicles in total to all of our different patients. They all very much enjoyed it. They especially did help one of the patients who was very confused and was trying to get up out of their bed. We had to do a lot of de-escalation with that person because they were getting agitated, and it's just not a good time. When I was trying to do a neuro check on this patient, they did end up getting more irritated and they threatened me, which I got very scared of, and I just moved away and said that I was unable to assess him because of this threatening nature. And it just brought up a lot of bad memories from working at a nursing home and dealing with a lot of patients that need a lot of help, and I'm trying my best, but because of everything that's going on in their bodies and in their minds, they may not treat others the greatest. They might become verbally aggressive or physically violent, and that's a situation that you never want to be in. So we were trying to de-escalate him, giving him everything that he wants so that he can calm down. Even though I know that patients like these are kind of part of the job, it still takes such an emotional and mental toll on you, especially if you're dealing with this every day. For those of you that have family in assisted living facilities, skilled facilities, hospitals, give their caregivers some grace because they may be dealing with patients like that because they're probably just trying their best. That got a little too serious, and I got to chart 3 out of the 5 patient assessments, care plans, education, and progress notes, which I did pretty well on. I only forgot a couple of things that we did for them at the beginning of the shift. Luckily, though, that unit is very good about giving their nurses their lunch breaks, and it was a long lunch break, and we ate lunch, and we finalized the last dates of my preceptorship. We also did our midterm evaluation just because that was guaranteed time we'd have together to talk about it. She said that I'm doing well and that the things I need to work on will just take time and practice. One thing that I learned about myself in nursing school is that I am definitely not a hands-on learner. A lot of nursing are these hands-on skills like oral medications, tube feeds, working with a whole bunch of things with your hands, and I would say that that definitely does not come naturally to me. I can't just watch something or watch someone do something and just do it right away. I have to practice a million times. Even when I was in my skills lab classes, I was in open lab every single time it was open, and I would be in there, ask the lab assistants to watch me, and make sure that I'm doing everything. And it's just hard getting back into some of these skills because of the nature of the work that I do in the hospital doesn't really require these skills, as well as my last 2 clinical rotations that didn't require these skills, or I wasn't allowed to do these skills on the unit. It's just, I feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be with those skills, but my preceptor said that it's fine, it'll just come with time. So I'm really glad that she's reassuring me because, like everyone else, I am my own biggest critic. But, anyways, after lunch break, we went back to the unit, did the last of our things, and then I drove home and I ate pancakes for dinner. And and I woke up around 1 o'clock and I checked my school email and I saw that the university is closed today starting at 5 p.m. Until Valentine's Day, which means that I cannot do my clinical shift tonight. Luckily, though, my preceptor and I discussed this, and I knew that this was probably going to happen. So we already set up another date for me to come in to make up for not coming in tonight. But now I'm trying to figure out what I can do while I have this free night. I'm thinking that I will, of course, edit this video, but also I'm considering doing the discussion board post for my literature class because she posted the notes and the board is open. And like I was saying before, I want to give my literature class the time and energy that it deserves. But with my other classes, I already have a couple of meetings scheduled for tomorrow, so I don't need to worry about that. Of course, I'm a little sad that I had to cancel this clinical day. Of course, it's for my safety, but I am happy though because I happened to reschedule my annual with my primary care provider tomorrow at 11:45, and I did not want to reschedule it again because it'll probably be another month until she's available, and that is scheduled at 11:45. So I don't know how well I would have done during that physical if I only got like 2 hours of sleep. So at least I'll be well rested for that. But because of the snowstorm, I will not be able to go to brunch with my friend tomorrow, which I was really looking forward to. Hopefully we can reschedule, but I know that she has a lot of shifts happening in the next couple of weeks, so I don't think it's gonna happen, but we still have a call scheduled tomorrow to catch up, and hopefully we can go out to coffee next week because we have to finish up our final project together. But for right now, I think I'm just going to enjoy my cup of coffee and watch Gabby Peterson's Low Spend Week vlog until Nick comes over, and I'll figure out what to do from there. Hello and happy Thursday evening. It's 11:14 and I have not chatted with you guys at all today. It's been quite hectic with the snowstorm, and I had a primary care appointment, a group meeting with my capstone group and our professor, and a meeting with my partner for our Spanish final project within 2 hours, and didn't have any food or coffee during any of these things. So I was just feeling quite silly all day today, and I took a very long while to write my discussion board post for my literature class, and she posted the quiz right when I was working on the discussion board, so that book was on my mind, and I just decided to take the quiz. So it was a lot of things for a lot of different classes. I've talked about this before, but I do enjoy grouping all of one class's work for the week within the same time period, so having to do all of those things within one day. Well, I didn't have to do the literature thing, I just wanted to because I felt like this was the only time that I could give it the energy that it requires, but my brain was quite scattered until I got all of those things done, and I was just chilling until Nick was done with his work, and we went to an early Valentine's Day dinner to one of our favorite restaurants in the area, and we enjoyed our meal. We were joking that we got the B team tonight because there were a few nitpicks that we had with our food that we don't normally have from this restaurant, and the joke was that they sat out the A team for tonight so they could rest for Valentine's Day tomorrow. But that's alright, we still enjoyed the food, and he just dropped me off at home. And since I finished all of those things for school earlier today, now I don't really have to do anything for school right now. So I was racking with my brain with what I could possibly do. And I remembered that I was chatting with one of my friends about the scrapbook that she made for her boyfriend for Valentine's Day, and I decided that I need to pick up making the scrapbook for Nick and I's 3-year anniversary, which was in October, so I'm 4 months late on finishing that, but it's better late than never. It does take a lot of time, and I feel like right now is the perfect time to work on it since I can just listen to a podcast and get some inspiration from Pinterest. And I do need my phone to print out the photos for the scrapbook, so I won't be able to film much of me doing it, but hopefully doing this will help keep me up and not put me to sleep because scrapbooking is quite relaxing when you don't have a deadline to complete it.